70 million years ago, North America was a land of extremes. Torrid summers baked vast floodplains, while violent storms fed dense forests. Rivers carried nutrients from rising mountains, creating hunting ground after hunting ground.
160 million years ago, tiny hunters like Tyrannosaurus begin the lineage, lightweight, quick, and sharp-eyed. 30 million years later, Guanlong grows larger, wearing a bony crest like a crown. By 77,
a predator's skull, engineered for crushing power. 64 serrated teeth, each a bone-splitting blade. A spine of interlocking vertebrae carries 7 tons of muscle. Hind limbs like arched pillars built to drive a sprinting giant. Arms
68 million years ago, predators competed for every meal. But a newcomer would change the rules. Fast, intelligent hunters ruled the shadows. Yet they, too, would yield. Enter Tyrannosaurus.
Born with a hunter's toolkit, keen smell, forward-facing vision, and a brain wired for pursuit. Practice hunts hone the reflexes, building muscle, coordination, and confidence. Each victorious chase, a rehearsal for the apex.
70 million years ago, at the close of the Cretaceous, a predator rose above all others. It hunted with eyes like daggers and a roar that shook the dawn. Driven by strength and an appetite no rival could match, this apex hunter reigned.
This forest is its kingdom, a mosaic of ferns, giant conifers, and hidden streams. A lone adult roams nearly 50 square kilometers, marking routes with scent and sound. Territory matters.
Tyrannosaurus rex, a name that still commands fear. It rose above rivals with bone-crushing force. Its gaze alone meant survival or silence. Predators feared it. Prey never looked back. A jaw built to splinter bone served more than
160 million years ago, theropods sliced with narrow razor teeth. By 90 million, early Tyrannosaurs had thicker, gripping blades. And by 65 million, the ultimate weapon, teeth as thick as bananas, honed to crush bone. A single bite could deliver over 3,000 pounds.
100 million years ago, ancestors of Tyrannosaurus prowled lush river plains, keeping a low profile among giants. Stronger legs and a sharpened sense of smell let them slip through flowering forests. By the coasts, heavy skulls evolved for slam, blow bites, inland.
Herds spread out, feeding in relative peace. Then, the hunter shows itself. Alert spreads like fire. Speed is survival, confusion is cover. But the predator is patient, choosing the vulnerable. Today, the herd holds together.
Each morning, it rehydrates before the heat of the day. A few liters are enough to keep its massive muscles working. Its tongue checks for scent trails left by prey during the night. If rivals have passed through, it will know. Water holes are dangerous, but essential.
Its eyes are larger than those of most modern predators, tuned to track the slightest motion, even in the half-light of dawn. With cavernous nasal passages, it can smell prey from over 6 kilometers away. Each stride is powered by more than...
Morning hydration is vital. A full-grown T-Rex can lose 30 liters of water a day. It drinks whenever it finds safe, flowing water. Keen eyes scan the forest edge for rivals or prey. When threats lurk, a quick...
Its brain was only the size of a mango, but its nose was a masterpiece of evolution. Inside, an army of receptors could sense prey from over 2 miles away. Every breath sampled the breeze like a living radar. Its hearing was just as acute, tuned to the low...
When a predator is spotted, herbivores broadcast alarm through posture and movement. Eyes snap up, bodies angle toward escape routes. The flight spreads like a wave, strength in numbers, but panic can scatter them.
The Tyrannosaurus rex relied on more than sight or sound. Its sense of smell was among the strongest of any land predator. Huge olfactory bulbs filled its skull, wired to detect the faintest scents. Air funneled through winding passages, maximizing contact with sensory tissue.
Born to weather the storm. A hide, thick as bark, keeps the chill and wind at bay. Muscles like braided cable drive every thunderous step. Even a deluge can't blunt its pursuit.
Beneath the towering conifers, the tyrant lizard king spends most of its day in stillness. Predators of this size burn through energy quickly when they move, so rest is survival. Each slow breath recharges muscles built for the sprint and the kill. When hunger calls, those stored reserves will unleash in a burst.
A male tyrant lizard king steps into the open. He rules this river valley, but power must be advertised. First, a roar, a thunderous warning that travels for kilometers. Then, the mark. Scent glands on his feet release a pungent...
Wind carries their scent up the slope. Two herds, sauropods and horned grazers, both wary but distracted. The old bull Triceratops limps. Stay downwind, wait until the moon rises, strike from the slope, hunger later.
A patient predator. Tyrannosaurus moves with deliberate stillness, staying in the blind arc behind the horns. Every step is measured, waiting for the herbivore to stray from the herd.
It isn't just tall, it's a moving hillside of muscle, 4 meters at the hip and over 12 meters long. Every tree in reach is just a snack-sized branch, and the forest listens.
Pack reaction fear ignites in a blink. One panicked step spreads through the herd. Adrenaline binds them, a single animal. Every heartbeat answers the next. Fear turns the herd into a storm of muscle. The storm outruns the hunter, this time. The king's jaw is a living hydraulic press. As powerful as 20 lion bites, focused through 60 razor teeth. It doesn't just break prey, it obliterates bone. 8,000 pounds of force, enough to turn skeleton to splinters. This
T-Rex wasn't a marathoner. Its 7-ton frame made sustained running impossible. But for a few explosive seconds, it could unleash astonishing speed, estimated at 27 to 30 kilometers an hour. Enough to close the gap on most prey. A sprint?
Predators like Tyrannosaurus waited under cover, letting the noise of rainfall mask their approach. It moves slowly, each footfall muffled by soaked earth. A sudden lunge now would give away its position too soon.
The tyrant lizard knows the path ends in a deadly drop. She pushes them toward the only escape they see, a narrowing ledge, nowhere to turn. But the hunter knows the sea waits below. She waits for the mistake. One slip is all she needs.
Education. Kept at a steady 32 degrees Celsius, and with humidity hovering near 85%, these freshly laid tyrannosaur eggs are swaddled in a blanket of moss and rotting vegetation.
The first moments of a tyrant's life are anything but powerful. Blind, damp and exhausted, it is smaller than a house cat. Each breath is a gamble.
Beneath the late Cretaceous sun, a young Tyrannosaurus waits. Only a year old, it already outweighs a grizzly bear, and every day it adds nearly a kilogram to its frame. Speed and balance are its teachers now. Hunger is the coach. In seconds.
Half the size of his future self, this teenage tyrant has strength to spare, and he's eager to prove it. Testing his bite on seasoned wood builds jaw power and teaches him how material gives way. Shoving stones isn't about food, it's about confidence.
Meters. At 1 year old, this young tyrant weighs barely 15 kilos, little more than a big turkey. But a fast metabolism and a bone-deep growth spurt add nearly 1/4 of a ton each year. By age 8, he's 2.5 tons of muscle and teeth.
This giant has claimed its throne, a living monument.
Her world narrows to heartbeat, breath, and the fragile life beneath her. Instinct, older than the mountains, steals her muscles. No fang nor claw will reach her young.
Juvenile and adult Tyrannosaurus rex. Though adults could top 12 meters, they reach sexual maturity long before they reach that size, around 14 to 17 years old.
The sky darkens under a tide of ash, a veil drawn by the earth itself. Each grain speaks of fire, of mountains reshaping the world. From this darkness, climates shift, seas, seasons, and lives all turning.
Stress ripples through fragile ecosystems. Drought follows ash-choked skies. Rivers shrink to trickles. Life thins under relentless change. Storms brew with unfamiliar fury. Resilience is tested to its limits.
Herbivores are vanishing. With fewer plant eaters, vegetation overruns some areas, while others fall silent. Predators lose their prey. When the base of the chain collapses, everything built on it begins to fall.
The apex predator is hungry, but the valley is silent. Herbivores have vanished. The marsh dried 2 seasons ago. Insects swarmed the eggs, and the nests failed.
66 million years ago, this forest thrived at the end of the Cretaceous.
Life flourishes here, yet not for long. A rock larger than a mountain is on
66 million years ago, a mountain of stone fell from the sky. Racing faster than a rifle bullet, it punched through the atmosphere in moments. This is Chicxulub.
Evening settles on a world that no longer belongs to them. For millions of years, the tyrant lizard reigned, master of tooth and thunder. But the seasons have cooled, the forests have thinned, and the skies carry ash. Hunger lingers, mates are gone. The great heart still...
The sky dimmed as countless grains rose to meet the light. High above, the planet wore a shroud of soot, blocking heat that once poured freely down. Even on the ground, the daylight turned to rust.
66 million years ago, a rock from space met the Earth. The impact was beyond imagining. A fireball brighter than the sun. Shockwaves raced across the world. Air itself became a weapon. The age of giants was ending.
65 million years ago, a tyrant lizard sank into a floodplain. Season after season, sand and ash buried it.